I guess the last thing was masks, as you said, right? Okay. Masks. So this thing here too. Now people will say, why do I care what he thinks about masks? He's not an expert, doesn't know anything about it. That's true. But I'm here not putting out, I haven't put out anything much to do with science today. I'm thinking about how to think about it and what freedom looks like. And as far as I understand about masks, I'll put out for what it's worth. I understand that in some contexts it can promote safety in some certain contexts. I've also heard a lot of stuff that it's a net detriment to wear a mask because if you wear it for long periods of time, because you can get suffocate yourself and get breathing problems, immunity problems. You get the virus on there and you're exposed to higher doses of it. You could say whatever you want about it, right? Okay, but let's say no. But all I'm saying is, so that's the thing. So you might believe that and go, "This is true. Look at this article I read from this expert." That's what there's doctors saying this, and then say, "Well, people say masks do this." Some people say masks are useless, and then here's what they. So again, what is the solution? It's freedom. It's freedom to choose what I want to do. Right? I want to. If I believe that it's going to hurt me more to wear a mask for long periods of time, then I don't have to wear it. Right now. What does it look like? When I go to somewhere and my gym says you got to wear a mask to come in here, then I got to put it on. If it's grocery store says you got to wear it to come shop here, you got to put it on. It's shopping mall. People can decide whatever they want. And then I say, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not going in there. Don't go in. You know, if someone says you don't have to wear a mask here, I'm not going in that crazy place. Don't do it. And guess what? Businesses will respond. They will respond to what people think is right. Now you go, well, what about just going out and you're endangering everybody? Well, again, I'm not going to go near somebody who doesn't want me, like in their home, if that's their policy, in their store, if that's their policy. And what about just out and about on the street? Well, outside, I mean, that is definitely the place where a mask is very unnecessary. And certainly you can stay away from somebody outside. I mean, there's no real issue there. But what I'm saying is when the government imposes it, let's suppose that the experts that say that and there were like 7 to 8 reasons listed why a mask is like, it's like, you know, putting a petri dish on your face or something. I don't know how much that makes any sense, but look, what if I believe that? Now the government says I have to wear a mask. Let's say that they chose that one. And then in the end, a lot of people get respiratory diseases because they've been suffocating under a mask for like 8 hours a day or something, right? Okay. So then they come back and go, well, we were just acting on the best science at the time. So what are we supposed to do? That's no good. That's okay for an individual to say, for me to go, I was acting on the best science and then I got sick and I wished I didn't know, or I wore a mask or I didn't wear a mask and then I got sick but that the government imposes on everybody, then we don't get to choose. If you think something's healthy, you should be free to pursue your idea of what your flourishing requires, including your own health. Nobody tells me what is healthy and imposes on me. I mean, look at the government food pyramid that caused an obesity epidemic, right? I mean, this is the kind of thing that can happen. So the mask issue is very simple for me. It's freedom. It's freedom. And then these debates don't seem so life and death because it's not like people are upset because you're trying to force me to do this thing that I think is unhealthy, and you're trying to enforce me to do this thing that's unhealthy. And it becomes a real anger because people are scared of getting forced upon. And that's one of the big problems anyway, because we've got the government so powerful now and has shown us that they can really shut our lives down and squelch us at any excuse they kind of see fit. And that's why people are so upset in politics and issues like this, because they feel like the thing that I think is right, if the thing that I think is wrong could be imposed upon me, because that's why they're so worried about who's in power, because they have so much power. And I'm just like, man, you know, it's freedom. Freedom is good for our life, especially in a pandemic. So,
so for masks, you're basically saying it's not an idea. It's not, are they useful? Are they not? Have they helped in Korea? Have they not? Your main point there is it should be a choice as to whether or not you want to wear a mask. And if an individual business has a policy of only masks are allowed in the store, fine. Or if they have a policy of no masks allowed in this store, fine. Also, you can choose to go or not go based on that.
That's right. And so that's how you protect yourself from other people who are not following what you think is right. So, and also it also shows us what are good ideas, because some people are doing one thing while other people are doing another business is doing another people are doing this. And then you start to see examples and go, hey, that seems okay. Why don't we try that? And they adopt the most effective policies. And in this way, we get standards that are optimal. And when a government just sets a standard, it's necessarily suboptimal. So we can adopt the best practices as people demonstrate to us what is safest, what is the best, etc. So
we're not going to get into whether or not we think the masks are effective or not. That's not the point of this particular episode.
That's not the point. If you can go ahead and share information, because again, that's what I'm saying here too, right? What we can do now is, if we are focused on human flourishing, then our conversation can be about trying to share information and help people make better decisions rather than trying to force what I think on somebody, right? They can be about trying to empower people.